Hi everyone, it's Linnea for LDRS Creative, and I am introducing you to the new Poppy Posy Impression Dies. These are new from the LDRS Creative Summer 2023 collection, which is available in the LDRS Creative store now. This die set consists of two dies. There's an outer shadow die, and then this main large die here that is going to cut out a poppy posy along with some leaves and greenery, and it's going to leave etch marks inside of the pieces that are just absolutely gorgeous. It's a really detailed die. So I've gone ahead and I've cut the shadow from white, and then I've cut the main die from black cardstock, and you're going to see why. This die not only cuts all of those inner pieces of the flower petals and the leaves, but it also cuts an outline. I absolutely love this outline. I think it's so pretty put onto the backer. You could even leave it just like this. Look how gorgeous this is. It's so simple, but really pretty. I'm going to cut this die a second time from some white cardstock, and I have removed the die, and I'm not going to take any of these pieces out. You could cut this die from colored cardstock and piece them together. That gives you a really pretty design, but I wanted to cut it from white and add some ink blending. That allows me to bring some dimension and some shading to my project, as well as really make those etched lines pop. I've grabbed some press and seal from my kitchen, and I have placed that onto the back of my cardstock piece, and that's going to let all of these pieces have something to grab onto and hold onto as I'm adding my ink towards the center of the petals. I have removed the center of the flowers and the leaves. Now you can see here that I did leave the center of the one flower in, and that's okay. I will end up popping that out later on and adding a second piece in here because I wanted to keep the centers white. I started with a blender brush, and I'm using Soft Kisses as well as Tangerine Dream hybrid inks. I wanted to create a really peachy pink color. So I started with pink, and then I came in with the orange, and then I'm going back in with the pink and just blending that out. I'm keeping the color darker at the center and blending out towards the edges of the leaves. I feel like that's how most flowers are in nature. They're kind of lighter at the tips and darker at the center. Once I'm done blending ink onto the flowers, I brought in the piece that I cut first, the shadow piece with the black outline die, and I'm going to just start piecing this floral pieces together. I added some liquid adhesive into the little well areas, and all I'm going to do is just grab my pieces right out of my ink blended piece and just pop these petals in like a puzzle. Everything fits together just perfectly, and because I have that press and seal on the back of my paper, everything is still held together, so it was really easy for me to figure out which petals go where. Once I have the petals all glued into place, I'm going to take my leaves that I set aside and pop those back into place, and I went with some green ink. I used Key Lime Pie, again keeping the color darker at the base of the leaf and blending it out to white at the edge. I'm going to add my liquid adhesive into my little outline wells and just puzzle piece these leaves into place. Here is my finished piece, and you can see I left the centers white, and I love how the ink blending really makes those etched lines from the Poppy Posy Impression Dies pop. The rest of my card is going to be quite simple. I grabbed some pattern paper from the Favorite Things 6x6 paper pack. I cut it down to size with the A2 diagonal stitched layered card toppers dies. I have the blue piece for the background, and then I had a scrap piece of the striped piece that I really liked. So I'm going to add that at the bottom, and then I cut a thin black strip of cardstock that's probably about 1/8 of an inch wide. I just had a paper scrap in my bin, and so I grabbed that just to create a defined edge there to give the eye a little break of those two patterns. I added some foam tape behind my Poppy Posy Impression die piece, and I popped that up into the center of my card. I grabbed another new stamp set from LDRS Creative. These are the hand-tied bouquet stamps, and I cut some of the sentiments, and I'm just going to play around and figure out where I want these sentiments to go. Once I figured it out, I popped them up onto the bottom right of that bouquet, and this is finished. I hope you enjoyed this quick peek at the Poppy Posy Impression Dies. These are available now on the LDRS Creative website from the Summer 2023 collection. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!